Hey, the name's Chromina. I'll be your show host for today. How you doing? And welcome to my experience of surviving 100 days on the island in hardcore. I gotta say, I wasn't too much of an experienced ARK player before this whole experience, as you can see here. No. Whoa! Alright. But this is a bad idea, because Mr. Sharky Pants is coming over here. What's happening? No! No. No, I'm dead. Until this last attempt, most of my time playing ARK had been around beaches, getting to like level 60 or so, just playing pretty casually, you know? But I had in mind for this episode, I wanted to do things that I had never done before in ARK, such as taming a underwater dino, taming a large carnivore, move more inland of the map, reach level 100, and kill a boss. So yeah, not only was I gonna have to survive 100 days being quite an unexperienced player, I wanted to get these things off my bucket list, you dig? As for the game settings, I have them in the description down below, basing them off of Zanny Zebrus' video, which you should definitely check out as well. This whole video was originally inspired by me watching Forge Labs videos on hardcore Minecraft, until I saw that Zanny Zebra had done it already in ARK, which made me want to give it a try. And of course, this whole video type stuff shebang that we do is based on Luke the Notable, who started this whole trend of surviving 100 days in hardcore. So props to ya boy. Now, if at any point in this video you be thinking, hey, you know, this guy is actually kind of tolerable. I do feel some kind of form of entertainment by me watching this visual content. Then please, you already know what to do. Give it a like, maybe a little bit of sub love, and a share would go way further than you know, and I'd be extremely grateful. There's also my Discord link in the description if you want to join and vote which map I should do next. Now, it is time to embark on this extreme journey of ups and downs, victories and losses, pain and, well, mostly pain. So sit back, grab a sweet potato, and hold on to your butt cheeks, cause it's showtime! And there you have it, folks. We made freaking literally the lobster, dude. Yes. Evolved to crab. You already know the drill. We spawn and pray that we don't immediately get destroyed upon our first breath of air. Luckily, things were chill at this spawn because I finally decided to spawn in an easy area rather than medium. I also immediately came across an explorer note. Side note, I really had no idea where these are located, and I will find out through the video that there's a lot of these things, okay? I literally thought there was only like 9 or something. But I saved the note for when I was gonna craft a lot to make use of the XP boost. Right after encountering that, I come across this dude, and I name him Buddy. I proceeded to make some armor and a thatch hut. In the evening, I grabbed the explorer note, and I proceeded to speedrun making a wooden shack for extra XP. And there you have it. Day 1. Progress. Okay, we got some spikes up. We got a wooden base that looks kind of snazzy. We got big boxes. We got little boxes. We got food going. We got Buddy. We got a pestle and mortar inside. And not only that, we got our bolas. We got a shield. And we're level friggin' 25. I am stoked right now. This has been my best start out of all of my 6 attempts so far. And that night, I also made a preserving bin, so I felt pretty good about myself at this point. Morning came on day 2, and I decided that I wanted to make narcotics so I could tame a parasaur and get some hide for some better armor than these rags. So I slaughtered the neighboring native fauna, made the hide armor that I wanted, and got to meet some peculiar ichthys, yes. For some reason, I decided to tame one already, and I called it Yee for some reason. I really don't know, okay? Yee! Next, I found a Robo Parasaur and I punched it with my weak human arms till it KO'd. It actually worked. And yeah, once it was tamed, I called him Harvester 9000 for some reason. I really don't know where these names are coming from.
Welcome. I'm Dr. Samuel Hayden. I'm the head of this facility.
After that, I already got to make a saddle for Yee. And we went diving, which was very weird to me, as I had never swam in the ocean before. It was fun, yeah. Just also kind of anxiety-inducing at the same time. And we spotted the big boy. And no, I'm not messing with that. Not right now. Not with this dude. Yeah. that was going on in my brain. I was not going near that guy. I spent the night making narcotics because I feared for my life if I were to leave my hut. Day 3 came around, and me and Yi went on a little adventure to see what we could find on the coast. We ended up parking at this place, and I decided the forest was still too spooky. So I went back to him, and I decided we'd leave because there was a dead ichthy right next to Yi, and I didn't want Yi to have the same fate. So we went on and found an island where we found another explorer note, which I snagged up and proceeded to go into Sweatlord mode for more levels, bringing me to level 37 on day 3. I was feeling stoked, bro. I made a forge in the back of the shack and went to gather more narco berries to make narcotics in the night. Yes. The next day, since I had the new forge, I wanted to get some iron ore to make better tools, and I also wanted a Pteranodon, so I wanted 2 things at the same time, so I went out early to search for those things, and I almost lost Yi. No. I saw this Pteranodon after, and I immediately knew I wanted it. It was chosen. I loved its colors, so I KO'd it, and I built spikes around it to be sure nothing would mess with it while I was waiting for its hunger to drop to tame it. In this time, I did the only reasonable thing to do, which was to violently harvest meat and hide. During this hunt, I also saw another explorer note in the forest close to my base, which I definitely wanted to make use of, but first the Pteranodon was tamed, and yes, with that red, white, and blue,
you'll bet your sweet bippy
and I'm gonna name this bad boy Freedom. America! I spent the night safe in my shack again, and I was planning on what to do with the explorer note. Day 5 came around, and I headed out super early in the morning, probably still too dark for that, but I wanted to grab this drop when I got pounced by a Robo Raptor, and I almost died.
Oh, that was almost the end of me.
And right after that fight, after, you know, barely surviving, I had to fight this Megalodon. I like how I like how my notes. I have it right here. Wait, hold on. I dramatically wrote "not safe," all caps. Yeah, no shit, but this is ARK in case you hadn't noticed. Yi and I went to grab some iron from the neighboring island, went home, made a smithy, and right after that, the metal tools that I so much wanted, and some chitin or chitin armor. I already know I'm gonna get flamed for pronouncing it wrong, okay?
We have become the ultimate lobster.
After crafting all those useful things, I gathered materials to prefabricate a ton of stone building pieces while the explorer's note was boosting the XP, so I did that, yeah. Later, I went to go scout the river that was further up the beach, and it kinda seemed okay, except for the fairies and the few raptors, which, you know, that's doable, A couple bolas, a couple, you know, like some bow shots, and it'd be fine. I figured this would be the route I'd take to move inland, because I wasn't planning on going through the forest, because you can't see crap in there. Sadly, in the early morning of day 6, Yi met his end by the jaws of a Megalodon.
No. Oh, no, not Yi.
Upon whom I obviously delivered swift justice, as I was quite upset that Yi was gone now, and I was reflecting on it, and it really seemed stupid of me to have just left him there on the beach without placing at least some pillars or something around him to protect him.
That's what you get. That is what you get. For killing my boy. Man.
I was pretty bummed out. Not gonna lie, it really hurt me. After this whole mess and the Megalodon was finally dead, I apparently tamed my first Dimorphodon, because they're kind of cute, and, well, why not? They can be on your shoulder. It's pretty dope. I spent most of the day gathering supplies, because I still had in mind to get that explorer's note that I mentioned in the prior days, because, yeah, I wasn't planning on staying here, seeing as he had died here. There was some bad memories involved with this beach now, and I had to go. But I obviously made a gravestone for Yi, as I was grieving deeply for my aquatic buddy. My besto friendo. Day 7. Yeah, it was XP time for sure. I had all my materials prepared, so I went out to look for it in the forest, and had a hard time finding it, not gonna lie. I'm not that great with directions, but I did eventually find it, and I proceeded to speedrun my XP gains, son. And I ended up getting a extra 12 levels. Obviously, I learned a ton of engrams because of this, like the fabricator, polymer, electronics, many different saddles, like gear, etc. So it was a good day. It was a good day. What was going on inside my head was making a horde of dinos to safely move more inland following that river I mentioned. So I kept scouting with freedom to see if I could find any dinos that I wanted to tame to do that, and almost messed up your big time. I don't know why, but I felt like throwing this dino into the ocean with freedom, and I ran out of stamina, and I got really worried. Luckily, we landed on the beach. I don't really know what happens if you, like, run out of stamina above water, so things would turn out for the better, luckily. We later inspected the river one more time, and it seemed chill until we saw a Spino, which, you know, kind of made it not chill. So, yeah, really debating my course of action here and how I should proceed, because I did not have in mind to move inland through the forest, because, you know, you can't see anything when you're in the forest. Day 8 was one of exploration because I decided that to safely proceed with my plan of going along the river, I really needed spyglasses to see dinos' levels from a safe distance. So I was gonna go and look for some crystals, which, by the way, I had no idea where to find them, okay? You'd think that I'd know by now, but no, okay? I'm a little bit spoiled from the Crystal Isles. They made that resource way too easy. So I set out to find some, clueless as to where I'm going, obviously. And yeah, it ended up me and Freedom just, you know, going on a long field trip. I saw an obelisk, grabbed another note, and apparently I almost messed up big time based on my notes. I searched the whole day and I found a total of 0 crystals, so I went home a crystal-less man. During that night, on my way home, I searched for some drops since they're nice and visible at night, and I came across another explorer note, and I was starting to realize at this point that they weren't that rare, okay? I was starting to catch on a little bit. Things were going smoothly though, until I tried to kill a raptor, and I failed at that. We later came across the swamp during the day. Not gonna lie, pretty nasty place. Getting big no-no vibes from this place, so I'm not gonna stay here too long. Pushing on, we found a mountain. Pretty big boy. There was another note, and yeah, grabbed that, even though I probably shouldn't have, because I'm pretty sure there were some carnivores in the area. There must be a million of these, I thought at this point, okay? So I really stopped caring about them. Yeah, grabbed some drops on the way, still looking for some crystals, and I ended up on this island that my notes describe so well. Again, all in caps, I simply wrote, bad island. This place was messed up, bro. Like, this is only chaos and destruction. But I got a red drop with a blue flak blueprint, which was pretty amazing, bro. To stay safe for the night, we floated in the air. In the foggy storm, it was not fun, so I couldn't see a darn thing. Luckily we didn't run out of stamina, but this was kind of scary, because touching the ground would mean sure death. Day 10, 10% of the way done. After such a rough night in the sky, and in such a dangerous territory, I just wanted to go home, okay? Your boy was tired and scared. So, I grabbed every drop that I could across the way, hoping I'd get a spyglass, but your boy isn't very lucky, it seems, okay? So far, no spyglass. And as soon as I got home, I guessed that I wasn't that tired, because apparently I just went and kept on going in the other direction. So that plan didn't work. Again, I only kept finding notes all over the place, even though I only wanted to find crystals, darn it. I was legit getting frustrated from finding these things, okay? Although I did come across another river that I wanted to check out to see if I could move through there more inland. Okay, so we have another Spino, even in this river. I feel like we're not going to be able to, like, evade the idea of having to deal with Spinos. That's just the reality of the situation. It ended up ending up in a swamp, so that was a no bueno. I spotted the Titan, though.
Oh, that's the Titan. My buddy. Where's my buddy? There's my buddy. How we doing? What's up, big boy?
I ain't gonna lie, after that, I was kind of lost, okay?
I believe I'm kind of like in the middle. Kind of. I'm not sure where I am, honestly. Man, I don't know where I am. I'm not even gonna pretend like I know.
Really bad with directions, and having my marker turned off on the map, that didn't really help the current situation at hand, so I just kept going.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me. There's so many of these. There's so many of these. I want to find Crystal. I'm done with Explorer Notes. I've leveled up so much.
Later I decided that I'd head to the snow biome to check to see if the crystals were over there, keeping me away from the goods. So I kept pushing through the night. Later on, I arrived at the border to the snow biome, and I realized how poorly equipped I was, or rather, how rough the cold really is. Yet I checked the outskirts to no avail, couldn't find no crystals. So I gave up, as I were to surely die if I were to go further into the snow biome because of the cold. So I decided, screw it, I'm going home. No spyglass for me, okay? I'm not worthy.
That was my last attempt at finding Crystal. Watch somebody in the comments saying that there was Crystal right on that mountain. I'm just done. It's been days, man.
But since I'm so far away, I'd explore the map a little bit on the way home, okay? Have a little bit of fun. And I came across the volcano, truly the biggest boy. As I got to the tippy top, we spotted crystals! Finally! This is the best part. This was days and days of just flying around, okay? Freedom and I were just tired. And we finally found it. So, I grabbed as many as I could carry. Obviously, that's not a lot, because, you know, Freedom doesn't have any weight reduction.
Alright, what we got? Yo, we got a purple crossbow. That is really good. I am really glad about that.
Yeah, we barely survived what happened next.
Oh no.
As that happened, my life flashed before my eyes. They also flashed before Freedom's eyes as we plummeted and I couldn't control the boy. Okay? Luckily, everything was okay. Except our health.
Just take a chill pill.
But I decided that I was too scared to do anything risky after that, and I wanted to regain our health. So I stayed on the summit until the next morning to continue traveling, because I didn't want to end up getting touched by a bug and come crashing down from the sky. Day 12 was the day that we'd head home with our loot. So early morning, it was time to head home, which I did very gladly. On the way, some things happened.
Oh, that scared me. That almost gave me a heart attack. I was not expecting that.
It became really hard to find my way because, dang, the fog and rain really don't get around on these parts, okay? I could barely see a darn thing. Considering also that something that y'all can't see, but my screen's gamma is unnaturally high and I can't change it, so this was just brutal every time fog and rain would happen. But finally, I did end up at the beach shack.
Oh, finally. It feels like it's been an eternity. Probably in the video it's gonna seem like it was a second, but for me this was a whole eternity, my dudes. Oh, we're back. How's everybody doing, huh?
And, well, after that, I was just chilling for a sec, okay? You know, a little bit of R&R.
You've caused me so much suffering. I've flown so far just to get you. You better be worth it, my dude.
But, in between, I did check on the Spino's level later, since, well, that's kind of what I got the spyglass for. It kind of took me a couple days.
Level 44. How do we get out of here? Okay. Level 44 Spino. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. Like, part of me wants to attempt to tame it. I have never had a Spino before. It's close to home. I could make like a tower, snipe it. I want to move inland, but there are certain checkpoints I have to get past. So over there, that's like our beginner's hub. Like, we're day 11. We're extremely over leveled because of the explorer nodes, but we gotta take it in succession. It's like my rite of passage. So first, from home base, we're gonna set up a forward base in this area. We need to claim this as our own. We need to secure it, per se. And we're gonna make it a stone base. And then from here, we keep pushing forward. We just keep pushing as far as we can. That's just how we're gonna do it.
But there are more pressing matters at hand than the Spino.
Alpha Raptor, that's scary. That's gonna break my stuff. That's gonna break my stuff. That's the real kicker right there. That's just what made things a little bit more complicated. You know, I might just make a base right up there, because it has the ramp up from the direction where we're coming from. It's easier to defend from whatever's down here. And the thing is, if we build here, it's just going to be constantly harassed by Thurzinos, Carnos, Alpha Raptors, Spinos. Like, it's whatever we build here, it's going to be hard to just even walk out of the gate. So we might as well set up on top and figure things out from there.
New day, new plan. Trikes were on the taming menu, so I went to look for some. But during the search, I sadly found these two threats too close to my base.
Oh boy. That's no good.
After seeing that, I retreated a bit to tame the one trike that was closer to home with this pillar trick to safe spot it with some arrows. But yeah, that was a whole experience in itself.
Oh, great. Oh, really? You have to break right now. No. There we go. There we go. A good thing he was aggroed at this thing. Couldn't break it, though. I didn't think he'd be able to knock me off.
However, as poorly as that went, I did manage to knock it out, and the tame went completely smooth. So, Rita joined the team.
Hello, little one. Oh, a little bit of a big one, but okay.
In the back of my head, I named the Rex that was close to the base Irwin, for some reason, and he devoured two trikes that I wanted to tame, so he was already becoming a problem.
Yeah. Thanks, man.
To end off the day, we were blessed by some little ichties that also joined up. So the tribe was growing rapidly today. We got these new little dolphins back into our team that we didn't have before, which was nice, getting our aquatic mobility back.
We got Ye 2.0.
So it was really nice to see that. And to make sure these lived, I spent the night making a cage for them on one side with some stone pillars, which took a very long time and a lot of resources. Next day, once I was done with that, I scouted for some more trikes, because I didn't want to just attempt this whole move with just one. So I noticed Irwin had moved a little bit closer. And yeah, your boy really wanted to get the frick out of here. But I had a plan for a mega trap on the Spino side, which was the side on which I wanted to move in.
I'm gonna make a big trap right here. Just a massive trap. And we're gonna just get everything from this area into this trap, okay? Like, it's gonna be the biggest project when it comes to traps that I've ever done.
First though, before anything to do with the trap, okay, there was a trike close to the shack, so I used the same strat to tame it, and it was a super smooth time, no problems whatsoever this time because I made it a little bit higher. His hunger dropped very slowly, but I figured, you know, him and Rita would be crucial to tank while I moved. So for the rest of the day, while I was waiting for him to get ready to be tamed, I just spent my time gathering for materials, since the mega trap would, require quite a lot of that. Morning of day 15 came, still gathering, yes sir, and I realized that the trike gathers nicely as well, so that sped things up a little bit. Not too long into the day, and Hans was part of the tribe, whose level I was very satisfied with for now. I got him a saddle, as well for Willy, one of the new ishtis, and I just kept going at resource collecting all day long and through the night. I felt Erwin's presence coming ever closer, okay? Next day, it was time to make preparations for the trap, so I snagged another explorer's note that I saw close by, and, well, I figured I might as well, because there are more of these around the map than there are scented candles in a Target. So, I made the pieces, quite a few actually, and then went to do several iron trips with Willy to the neighboring island. It seems though that history wanted to repeat itself.
Oh no.
Since we had the spyglass while we were swimming, I could see that the whale close to the base was only level 1, which made me consider unliving it, but I'd rather leave him be, because I didn't want to, get rid of this one and through that make a stronger one spawn. And all night was back to making narcotics and playing it safe. The next day, just to make sure everything was going according to plan, we flew over to check out the Spino, if he was still there, and hey! My bad luck never fails, cause it was Gonzo. It was really bumming me out, because I had planned to tame it with the Mega Trap, and I was gonna name it Mary, since it was red, like a Bloody Mary. So yeah, trap useless now, since the main prize was gone. So to compensate, we flew over to Erwin's side, and he was also gone. Which now got me really worried, because 2 giant carnivorous predators just vanished very close to my base, which doesn't happen too often. So, this really got me stumped. I didn't know what to do, so I just planned my next course of action, since I couldn't decide where to place the trap that I had worked so hard on. Though, since we were cooking all this metal, we got a ton of more iron bars, so I made us a long neck, you see? And to go with that, a side of trank arrows. After that, I just said, screw it, we're going with location A, there where the Spino was, so I packed up the trikes and we set out. And Zippity was flying around, being a little cheerleader, having a good time. Just sadly, I left a little bit too late, because I'd spent most of my day making the metal that we arrived as the sun was setting. And I got spooked by baryonyx. I was a little bit too close, so yeah. We scurried on back like the little cowards that we were. Next morning though, okay, I was ready, big boy pants on, we were heading back and we'd head out early, and so we did. Sadly, I did not know at this time that this was a really bad idea, okay? This is coming from future me. This was a horrible idea, okay? Because as soon as we get there, the whole plan starts falling apart in front of my eyes, you see?
Shit.
This is Sparta!
Oh, we did it. We did it. We did it. Oh, we did it. We did it. Oh my goodness. What's up, buddy? How you doing? Screw you. Scared the ever-living flip out of me. Hey, Rita. How we doing, baby girl? Yeah, I'm just gonna let them handle it because I don't want to hit one of the trikes. He's killing everything. Hans did it. Hans did it.
After that whole ordeal, I went home naked and defeated with one dino less than what we set off with. And this Myrtana came along and I got it as a participation award, so I wouldn't come home empty-handed. Later, the armor just got some repairs done, and Hans got the rest since he had taken a lot of damage. Day 20, the big 2-0. Not much to say about this one, really. I had to recheck the footage to make sure that, well, that I really did very little this day, because all I got was a female Ichthyi, closed off the cage where they were, and I attempted to breed them, which I had never done before. And that is very evidently so because I made the cage too big. And it took me very long to realize that that was the problem, because they weren't too close enough together to each other for that. So that didn't work out very well, and that's it. That's whole day 20. That took me a whole day messing around with that for absolutely no reason at all. This day was spent just working on the trap, you know? I couldn't just leave it as it was. And since we were there, I definitely had to pay my respects and place down a gravestone for Rita. It was a bummer that we lost her. Kind of really liked having her together with Hans, but fate just didn't want it to be that way, so yeah, whole day just making the trap, my dudes. And as I came home, the Ichthyi still weren't breeding, which kind of sucked. Day number 22, the current threat of the Alpha Raptor could no longer be ignored, and I knew that we'd have to kite him away, because ending him was not a possibility, okay, not with this current weaponry. So in the fog, we tried to do that with some bullets, and he really couldn't have cared less, as he was having way too much fun with the carcass. For a short second, while I was waiting on him to finish his meal, I lost my cool and almost ended it all by accident, considering how close I was. No. No. Oh. Was that a Dilo? You... Oh, my... Oh, that scared me. Later, I managed to get his attention and I spent the whole night just kiting him further up the river. And that just took all the way until day 23. When morning came, we were still risking the biscuit to kite this mamma jamma. Alright, there we go. That was very close. That was very close, considering the baryonyx is right there as well. Okay, that's good enough. That's good enough, I think. Once I'd gotten him a considerable distance away from the base, or better said, future base, we saw this baryonyx close to the trap, and I figured, you know, what better dino to tame than a baryonyx? Because of the versatility, figured I might try to test the trap. But you already know how my plans go at this point. No, he picked the fight. He couldn't win. We could have had something special, man. We could have had something special, but you had to ruin it. After that whole ordeal, it was time to make the move. Even though I know I should have waited until morning, but I didn't know what else better to do, so I did it in the night as well. So, yeah. Since the new base needed to be built, here's a montage of me building the new home. By day 28, it was done as it would get to be, per se. Wouldn't gonna be adding much onto this boy, but I was kind of happy by the way it looked, okay? Not the best build, I'm sure. Pretty sure a lot of people have criticism about it, and that's fine. I was proud of it, and I learned some things that I'd do different in the future. But my game did crash, and I did lose some progress, but I just repeated what I had already done before. On this day, I got Freedom over to the new base, and along with him, we carried the big kahuna Buddy.
Lift off, buddy. There you go.
After that, we wanted to set out to look for Doedicurus, based on my notes here, since I didn't plan on gathering much rock by hand anymore, and for some reason, I apparently was just messing around with this Carno that was close by. Pretty sure I was just trying to test out the trap, because I was kind of proud of it, and it seemed like it wasn't going to work, and I didn't want to accept that fact. But this was a very, very horrible experience.
Oh, crap. Oh, crap. Goodbye, Freedom. Great. This is bad. This is bad. Flee. No. That makes me mad. I don't know how he got over that. I thought two would stop him from getting over. I don't know how he got over.
This was the saddest I've been from losing a dino, okay? See, me and Freedom, we had bonded over our journeys together. First of all, beautiful colors. Second of all, we had history together by now, okay? So this one hurt. I returned home very upset and angry at myself because I didn't know how to use commands, and so it was all my fault. I could have definitely just told him to follow me and leave that, you know, gaping maw, but no. It was because of my incompetence that he didn't get out of there in time. Morning of the next day, and it became very clear that this trap needed to work for Freedom's sake. So I kept trying to use it, but I ended up fixated on the Carno that had massacred my boy.
Nope.
Why are you running? Why are you running?
We got him. Okay, he's sleeping. He's sleeping. He's sleeping. Okay. We gotta go get our narcotics.
We got her. Oh, did we get her all right. I stood there through the whole taming process, had spikes up by nightfall. I was proud and pissed at the same time. Day 3-0 came around, and that was the day where we got this Carno tamed up. I was happy because, well, it felt like redeeming Freedom in a way, okay? I named her Killjoy since, well, she killed my joy.
Look at your stupid arms. Look at your stupid face. I hate you.
Soon the saddle was ready to go for her, and dang, this beast gathers mate and hide like crazy. So that was a plus. I was really stoked about that. So we were just going around, you know, having a little jolly old good time until we spotted a Spino on the end of the river from where we came originally.
Oh, hello. Only level 16, but still, it's right next to the base. It literally can just walk up and kill all our dinos.
It was a very low level one, but that just made me feel that we could do this. This might be the one to get, since we couldn't get the one that we originally wanted. So, nighttime came, and it was spent prepping darts for the tame. And it was showtime. That Spino would be ours, I say. Seeing as it was on the opposite side of the entrance to the big old trap, which, yes, I realized the problem was how to close it by now, okay? I'm not entirely dumb, okay? The trap is flawed from front to back, left to right. But I did make this stone tower, like we did for the trikes, to shoot this Spino, and this is how it went.
Fuck you.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. We did it. Okay. Okay, we did it. Oh my god, we did it. Can you believe it? I've never done this before. I know it's not going to be a big deal for a lot of people, a level 16 Spino, but on hardcore, for me, considering I've also never done this, this is big game right here. This is big boy stuff. Okay. Okay. We gotta go get the narcotics.
This KO for me was such a massive victory, okay? I know it was low level, but let me celebrate my happiness, okay? The taming process took until the next day, but bada bing bada boom, she was ready. Big Mama was part of the squad.
Hey there.
I already had the saddle too, but before I test her out completely, I placed a gravestone for freedom, because I still miss him, and I will miss him throughout the entire playthrough. Later that day, I spent my time organizing my items since it was all a mess, and of course, after that, raising a little bit of havoc with Big Mama, okay? I had to try it out. This was the first time I had a Spino, and it felt kind of weird. Day 3-3 was, as my notes state, a wasted day, because I went out to find a high-level Pteranodon because I wanted my air mobility back, but I could only find low levels, and I don't want to have low levels, so, as well as getting drops on the way, whose loot was completely useless, might I add. Aside from that, it's just all wasted time, okay? I even forgot the narcotics, so I had to backtrack and go home anyways in the end of the day. Change of plans. We would check the Iron Island for Terras, because that would be an easy place to tame them, I thought. So I went to the Ichty Pen, and really was still feeling like being a friggin' wizard. We checked the island, no good Terras, so it kinda sucked. While we were still searching, another tech para came by, and we tamed it. Since we could make tech babies for tech supplies, I guess that's what I had in my head. I still don't know if that's how it works, okay? But I just got it in case we needed them, okay? So I just needed the taming pen at the base to seal the deal, so I brought Cyborg home. Day 3-5, and the pen was ready. So I started getting tech eggs, and also inside I set the Demorphs to breed just for shiz and giggles. I had no real reason for it, it's just because I could, so why not? My to tame list at this point was as follows: Pteranodon, Anki, Doedicarus, Diodon in case I needed it to raise babies for, their survival, and a beaver. So to start off the list, Big Mom and I set out to find a decent Pteranodon. I tried to lower my expectations a little bit with the levels, and we searched far and wide, let me tell you. It was fun though. At sundown, we did spot one, and the taming process began. Somehow I end up always taming throughout the night, so even though, the wait was a good minute, it was just like being on a camping trip with Big Mama, and it was a good time. It did successfully tame though, and I named it accordingly, based on freedom. So, now that that was off the to-do list, it took a while to get home since we had, gone off quite a bit. And once we did get home, there were more eggs, which was nice. Obviously then Liberate needed to be taken for a spin in the sky, and it felt good to have my air mobility back. Remember that list of tames that I wanted? Well, now RG was on the to-do list on the top of it. It would help getting all the other dinos since it can carry them. On the search though, iron was spotted on a mountain, which made me decide the next place to move to was right next to the mountain, since accessing the metal would be easier that way. And it was just straight up the river, so it wasn't too complicated to get there. So, once home at the, new place, not the beach shack, the new place, I started prepping building pieces for the next build, and I took apart the trap since it was nothing but a colossal failure. This prepping process took all the way into the next day, and basically the entire next day. That was pretty much all that I did. Yes sir, prep, and got some nice loot apparently, based on my notes. 39, this morning for some reason, I went off looking for tames. What, you might ask? I have no idea. But hey, Erwin was back, baby!
It's Erwin! It's Erwin! He's back!
So, he was low level, as I could see, but I wanted him, okay? My mind was made up on the spot, so we went at it.
We actually made it sleep. We actually made it sleep. Nice, Mama.
Yeah, Big Mama kind of hurt Sleepy Boy, but Well, that's just the way it goes, okay? You can't have everything that you want. The taming process was scary though, because it was raining, it was dark, and I couldn't see much of anything except a alpha raptor right above us. All it would have to do is just spot me, pounce me while I was giving Erwin some narcotics, and this whole run would be completely over in an instant, okay? So I was very, very cautious. Day 40, and I was trying to get prime meat. Just, I wasn't sure what dropped prime meat, so even though I killed the icky of mine, it gave me none, so it's kind of sad. I unnecessarily sacrificed one of my little babies. Also, I had no weaponry to kill Brontos at the time, and I didn't want to risk Big Mama. So I ended up taming Erwin with just some normal meat.
It's working.
Hey, we did it.
Yes. Let's get out of here. Again, for a lot of you, this is probably not going to be a big deal, taming a low-level Rex, but I've never done this before, okay? I'm ecstatic right now. I'm gonna make a saddle and I'm gonna ride a Rex for the first time ever.
Once we came home, my baby!
We have a baby! Oh wait, look, it has you have the legs of your father. You have the legs of your father.
Last minute changes to them though. Instead of ending them for materials, they'd be used for transport until I could actually make use of their materials. Or better said, once I finally knew what the day drop was actually used for.
How is this too cold? Why are you cold? I'm literally burning you alive. What do you want from me? So I stopped recording for like 2 seconds, and we got attacked by raptors. Yeah, Big Mama's on the roof. Liberty took some damage. This boy came to attack, level 36. Don't know. Oh, Erwin. Erwin, get your booty up here.
Honestly, this whole day was just spent with the babies. I was just fascinated by the fact that I was finally hatching eggs. I've never done this before. There's so many, you know, first times within this playthrough. I was surprised and I was just having fun, okay? So, yeah. Either way, a lot of them got grown up all the way, and we got a saddle for Erwin. That's about the entire day of 41. All the dinos needed to be loaded up with supplies for the move, which took way longer than expected. I thought we were able to head out on this exact same day, but we could have, but it would have ended up us traveling at night, and I would prefer to not have done that because that's also the direction to where I, you know, might have kited the Alpha Raptor at the beginning, which, by the way, I don't think I mentioned it before or showed it very, you know, clear enough in the spyglass, but I'm pretty sure it was a level 120 Alpha Raptor, and I didn't want to come across that one, so, yeah, I just waited till for the next sunrise. Day 43, the Great Migration would commence early. Sadly, I had no way of bringing the big boss buddy with.
I love you, but you're gonna stay here. Alright. Now you watch over the house while I'm gone.
So I left him in the house to make sure he'd be okay. He'd be watching over the place. On the road, and the herd was moving along, and I slowly learned the importance of follow distance.
Okay, I love the group effort, but this being stuck is a bit of a problem.
To show off our superiority over this new land, we had to slay Alpha to rise to the top of the nearby food chain. So this Alpha Raptor, which is not the really high level one that I mentioned before, had no idea what was coming.
Come, my children. We shall claim these lands for our own. We have done it! Yes! Now, children, we don't want to disturb the local residents.
Once at the new site, I started building a fort. I just really wanted a stone fort, okay? I just wanted it to be symmetrical, a fort, and yeah. And this building process took all the way to day 44, of course. Obviously still far from done, but yeah, still building, my dudes. And yeah, it took so long because I had, first of all, no Doedicarus to gather stone with. And speaking of which, the stone was down below the area that we were on, so it got frustrating pretty fast. So as a break from the whole construction thing, I went to go get Buddy.
Hey, buddy, my main man. Ah, you got to the second floor. How you doing, man? What's poppin', bro?
Once back with him, I just proceeded with the building, and that just dragged on into the night. In the early morning of day 45, it seemed like I still wasn't used to having Rexes around.
I'm still not used to having you around, bro. It scared me.
Once the sun came out, though, we checked around for Ankies. Don't know why, it just felt like doing it. And we spotted a female Rex. Again, another very low level, but hey, I could make some baby Rexes. So I got sidetracked, and I wanted to, you know, get that. So as you can see, my attention span is incredibly short. In preparation for this new spontaneous plan, I spent the entire night prepping darts and whatnot for the tape. 46, luck was on our side, as these smooth rocks were right next to us, so that gave us a boost in iron collection. We're chilling it up with the darts, you know. Just that there were cracks nearby, which is kind of spooky. Aside from collecting meat that day for our growing dino herd, this new metal needed to be smelted, so this day again was all, you know, put into dart prepping and base building. Not much different from 47, except that besides making more darts, narcotics, and base building, we got the female Rex, which was really easy.
There we go.
It really gave me a lot of confidence that we could make it to the 100 days.
Oh, that was fast. Okay.
Now that we had the new female Rex, day 48 was when Rex breeding began.
Boy. You will be Billy.
However, I knew even though these Rexes and Big Mama were a good defense, per se, to protect our base, it wouldn't really help me long term against bosses, so I really needed to keep going with the plan. So, I needed to get an RG. That was like phase 1 a long time ago. Sadly, I didn't know where the best place was to get them, but I figured the Red Forest would be a good place to start, even though I really feared that place since it has murder kitties. I scouted it out where I could, because, you know, while I was flying, I didn't really want to get close to the trees, because, you know, that's where the murder kitties are. And I saw some good picks, but there were so many carnivores in the area that I knew it would be really hard to KO one safely. Also, somehow, at the end of this day, I got to the volcano again. And based on my notes, I almost died here again.
No. Oh. Oh my goodness. Ooh. Hi, bud. Screw you. Give me a friggin' heart attack over here, bro.
I finally got back to the, you know, unfinished fort, and I decided the best course of action was to take Big Mama and Killjoy into the Red Forest for backup, so if we KO ARG, I'd have some backup protecting it. Once at the Redwood Forest, though, the fog and fear of danger cats really made me hesitant to explore, but even through this fear, we pressed on. As we spot a good RG, it died by, you know, fighting some aloes. That was a no-go. Right idea there, bud. The next one we saw, we killed by accident.
Oh well. Okay, I still need to figure out commands because you apparently we're still on attack everything. Stupid. Passive. Come on.
This though ticked me off so much that I finally started to learn the dino commands, which was a game changer, okay? I just really needed this kick in the face to finally start learning this stuff. I was just putting it off because I was lazy. As we kept searching in this, you know, really inhospitable environment, my worst fears started to come true as the sun was starting to set.
It was at this moment that he knew. He fucked up.
Nope.
Now that's the ones I'm scared of. What is this place? Oh, I hate it here. Oh. Will everything just stop trying to kill me for like 2 seconds, please? I just want a bird.
Day 50, halfway mark, but I really couldn't celebrate at this point because I was hunted down by every living thing in the area. We survived though, we survived. I really thought that we wouldn't, but we did. And not just that, we KO'd ARG.
Okay, we did it. Oh, we did it. We finally did it. We finally... Oh, great. There's a bear.
Finally. It was a decent level, too. We cleared out the possible threats in the area and tamed up this flying bad boy. I named it Kriara from RuneScape, by the way. Aside from that, we were finally seeing some good luck come through, okay? A very high level Doedicarus was right next to us, and I already had the saddle for the RG, so I just snatched it up in its claws and dragged it to the base with the other dinos following us below. And we tamed it!
There we go. Finally. Oh.
This trip was just a total success, okay? We went and we got 2 rather than 1. This was amazing. Next morning, and we're still waiting on the Doedicarus, so in the meantime, we had some Rex hatchlings.
What the? Yo. Hello, little one. I would name you Mandy.
It was a good day to be back home again after the rough time in the Redwoods. This was just, you know, really relaxing, chilling with the homies. It was a nice change of pace, taming something at home rather than, you know, in there. But it tamed up eventually and was my highest level tame yet. As for the night, I was just chilling, man, taking a well-deserved rest. Obviously, probably like organizing some things, but, you know, taking a chill pill. Day 52, seeing as we had the RG and the Doedic, an Anki would be great, I thought. Yet, the ones that I spotted in the Red Forest while I was there were all gone. Probably because the aloes or something. So, Kriara and I just, you know, mined some metal on our own, and that was good enough for now. You know, I didn't want to waste more time looking for an Anki. This solved the problem. The weight reduction really helped out, and this would solve our, you know, metal demands for the time being. Either way, the next few days were spent base building, so here we go! Hey, full flak, baby.
There they are. Okay, we're gonna call you Bango. I call you Bongo.
At 55, oil was running out and was really needed in the fabricator, so we went on a small trip back to the beach shack and went to dive deeper to get some. I was a scared little boy doing this, okay? The fear of going so deep in the ocean freaked me the frick out, so I needed to make several test dives, getting to feel it out a little bit, you know? Last thing I wanted was to drown right now or get eaten, okay? We were considerably far into this playthrough to die from something so stupid. It was a successful trip though, not gonna lie, and we made it back home in one piece. Now, with more stock of the sweet, sweet oil, the fabricator was usable and we managed to make a generator. It took way too long for me to understand how cables worked, so I was just fooling with that for a while. Not the brightest bulb, okay? I had to learn. Once that was, you know, kind of understood, Kriara and I flew to the volcano to snatch up some obsidian for polymer crafting. It was a good amount, honestly. Was really, really glad that we had this guy around. Back at the base, we made as much as we could. The next morning, off recording, kind of forgot to turn that on, but in the morning we got some more metal. Was planning on making a fridge. On the other hand, we had 3 more Rex babies, which I named. After that, once the fridge was placed, it took forever to get the cables to connect, okay? But it finally worked. It's the first time for everything, okay?
Oh, it's working! Yes! We have power!
It took me way longer than it should, but I finally figured it out, okay? Okay, we're learning here, okay? First times for everything. After that was back to base building!
Oh, that's a lot of Rexes. Hi, babies. You're lagging behind. Come on. What is wrong with you? We said you should be stuck in the campfires.
And it was done. The base was ready on day 59. I gotta be honest, not too happy by how it turned out. Sure, I was glad that, I made a fort, and it was alright. I just feel like I could have done better given more time and resources, seeing as, all this time was a little bit rushed because in my mind there was this constant thought that, I needed to start getting some high level tames for the boss. What I had wouldn't cut it. So I made a canteen, really nice item by the way, and we set out to look for high levels. So I checked the aloes that were close by, and yeah, all very low levels, so couldn't count on those. We kept scouting, and everything that I kept finding was low levels, okay? Not a single dino with a considerable level. Little did I know at this time that this would be a problem that would pursue me for many, many days to come. Day 60, and even the Rexes we kept finding are all just little baby levels. We grabbed some more obsidian on the way since, well, why not? We were there already. And even the Quetzal we spotted was so low level, it wasn't even worth taming that one. More Rexes, low level. More Spinos, low level. Heck. I even scouted through the night, and even though it was pretty dark, I just couldn't come across anything that was tameable for bossing. This seemed like a unending search. As we got to a mountain further back, more weak aloes, more weak Rexes. Even the friggin' Giga was a little baby.
He's also low level. What the heck is going on?
So, we went to where we knew there were going to be many carnivores. The bad island we saw at the beginning. And guess what? No surprises here. There are no high levels. I was getting frustrated, my dudes, okay? I thought maybe I wouldn't be able to beat a boss like this. I was getting worried. On the way back, we saw a potential aloe amongst 3, but it didn't seem like a good idea since it'll be a lot of work for only 1 aloe, which is a pack dino as far as I know. After them, we spotted like 4 more Rexes. They were all under level 60, okay? I was getting desperate at this point. The next morning, we got back home unsuccessfully, sadly, and the new plan was to get pelts so we could make warm armor to explore the snow biome, which was like a place we wanted to go to ages ago, as I'm reading up here in the script. So, we went on a small crusade through the Red Forest to harvest all that we could and hopefully level up a little bit. Who knows? Maybe we have some good levels going on the T-Rexes that I wouldn't be expecting, so maybe I could use the Rexes to, boss. I wasn't sure how much experience I was going to get, so that's kind of another reason why I took all the Rexes with, hoping that they'd level up. And also, I realized that, T-Rexes and following dinos don't do that great in the Red Forest because, there's a lot of stuff going on. So, I made it a point that he who makes it back home deserves to live. He who gets stuck is unfit for the cavalry and shall stay there forever.
Nobody died. That's great, you all passed the test.
After that day-long crusade, once home, metal was needed to, make the new armor set and cryopods, which would be handy to tame dinos from a far, far away land. So we snatched up an Anki. It was very high level, by the way. I was very happy about this. We just dragged him along and parked him on the roof since we needed to make some darts to actually KO him, so he was just chilling there. And for the rest of the day, we were making darts. Next day, the whole dart prepping thing was still going on, and the weirdest thing happened.
What? Buddy? Wait, what? Speaking of it, I haven't seen that little guy in a while.
I was just baffled on how that could happen to Buddy, okay? I have no idea. I was so weirded out. Yet, I just proceeded to KO the Anki. Sadly, I didn't realize that what got Buddy earlier wasn't finished yet.
Oh, great. No, bro, really? Oh, come on. So that's what killed Buddy. So Buddy was like somewhere around here.
After that, you know what? I just gave up on Angies, okay? They just weren't for me, so I kept getting stuff myself, okay? I was really ticked off at that point. Yeah, but this also just made the whole process of proceeding still slow. Because, you know, a lot of things needed to be prepped to go to the north. And, you know, gotta make all the new metal, you gotta make darts, you gotta make trap pieces. So I was really bummed out. I felt like this was a really big snag in the whole machine to get to level 100 and to get to day 100 to actually beat the boss. 6-5, more and more prepping. Got some oil, just like the last time, just this time for the cryopods. But yeah. Made the pods for the first time ever, by the way. More and more darts, gates, stairs, etc. Day 66. This was the big day for the great hunt. We were ready. Got them darts, water, food, trap, pod, sword, Kriara with us, and Zippity, just for some good luck, okay? And off we went. This snowy place was strange to me, okay? I had never truly explored it, but I am as hostile, like crazy hostile, way more than what I expected it to be. I didn't even know where to land like 90% of the time. Sadly, the curse still pursued us. Everything that we found was low level, at least things that, you know, we would want. When it came to like a mammoth or something, sure, there were many of high levels, but when it came to things that we wanted, they were all low level. We saw the obelisk though, which was nice, you know, a little tourism never hurt. Also came across this oil island for a second. I even forgot what we came here for. I was just so distracted by everything that I was finding. All I know is that I was fearful the entire time of everything that was going on. At nightfall, something caught my attention. A level 100 Pteranodon was spotted. It was the best thing I had seen in all of the 66 days on the island. I wanted it, I needed it, even though it seemed like an impossible thing to do. This decision was the beginning of the most difficult hunt I had ever done and most likely ever will do. All night I just stayed floating in the sky since I couldn't see anything, and stepping foot onto the snow was like willingly throwing myself in a ball bin, just, you know, the balls being landmines. When the sun finally blessed the lands, I couldn't even find a place to build since there was so much aggressive shiz all around. Once we found a spot, though, we could build while flying, so that's when things started moving along because I was too scared of getting off of Kriara. Big fail here, though. I couldn't finish the trap as I planned because apparently I needed foundations and not the thin kind that I brought. So we carefully took apart what was flawed and again, floated in the air all night. Next day, after a long, tedious workday, trap was completed. Finally, you know, being here was being on high alert at all times, so every action took a very long time since I needed to process if every single action was a good idea. But it was time to set the trap into motion. Okay, I think maybe this will work. I don't know. The problem is she has a friend now. That's a lot of friends. That's a lot of stuff to deal with. Oh my goodness. Look at how many things are in that pack now. No, you buffoon, you gotta go into it. She didn't go into the trap, okay? She was a clever girl indeed. That or I just suck at traps, but yeah, most likely that second one. But regardless, I hadn't given up. We'd be doing this the old-fashioned way, everybody. Let the battle commence. I couldn't see. anything except some tail flicks through the shrubs. This stressful battle was making me tired, okay? My heart was racing. I had been tense so long making the trap prior on the day, and this was just so much more stressful, okay? Anything here could end me in an instant, just pounce me out of the darkness on top of an angry Yudi in the dark that is aware of my presence and that I'm hurting it. But it wasn't over just yet. And out of nowhere, she vanished. I pursued her trail, but I just couldn't find a single indication to where she could be. I was listening for other dinos running away or whatever. I just couldn't track her. I knew she was close, though, to fainting since she was running from me. Then she appeared one final time. Okay, let me run this down for you, okay? Just so we're on the same page. She's close to fainting. I have only one more trank arrow left, and no supplies to make more. She's in the water, and won't come out. In my mind, it was going, if she sinks, she sinks.
That's what you get. I stand victorious upon your drowning carcass. Well, soon to be carcass, but you get the point. Remember the name of who had slain you.
Well, that was really stupid of me. I could have had a level 100 plus Yudi by now, but no. I had to sink her. Weirdly though, I was relieved and kind of proud that I was finally done with her. I was tired. I had no more supplies, so I went home sad yet proud in a way. We found Bongo though.
Bongo? Hey, buddy. How you been, huh? Checking out the countryside, eh? How's it looking for you, bud?
We were so out of supplies that I almost starved to death on the way home. That's how serious the situation was. Day 7-0. We needed to rebuild our supplies, so the day was just spent resource collecting. I had a mini heart attack though.
What's up, buddy? How you doing? You missed me there.
But yeah, just making darts and other supplies because I was determined to return to that snowy hellscape. The pressure was on. There was like 30% left of the total time until 100 days were over. And I had no bossing dinos, no cave dinos, and no artifacts. So I started by making a shotgun, which, you know, is some big bang energy. And checked my info, seemed all okay, and headed out again to the north. Straight to business. I grabbed the little piggy and dropped him in the cage that I made, so it wasn't a complete failure making that thing. As I wanted to begin the taming process, it got so cold that I needed to go to another biome since I'd surely die throughout the night. I probably was missing one armor piece. I don't really know what happened, but it was just unbearably cold. Once I could finally enter the snow biome again in the morning, the area needed to be cleansed first.
Whoa. What the heck was that? Bro. What in the frick are you? Oh my goodness, I didn't know they could jump like that.
It was a relatively easy process taming like this, not gonna lie, really liked this. Went off without a hitch, and cryo potted it once it was tamed, and yeah, during the night we got a red drop, which was okay. Still in the area on the next day, and a Yudi was still on my mind, okay? It would just be perfect to, you know, boost the other dinos while bossing since it has the courage ability. But in reality, you know, I was just being stubborn and wouldn't accept that I'd lose a task that I placed on myself, okay? I could have gone on and looked for anything else, but I was just justifying my actions by staying there because I just wanted one. I just wanted a Uranus. So we spotted a good one. It died. So we pressed on, and there she be, my prey. We immediately went at it, the old-fashioned way. I was just determined. I knew this was probably the stupidest way of going about it, but I would not let this one get away. Yet, this dream of taming a Yudi just seemed to be a tease to me, mocking me that I couldn't do it. Because the long neck broke.
No.
Because I'm an idiot, and I didn't repair it before I left.
You have to be kidding me.
This broke me. It was just getting too cold again to stay in the snow, and we had to retreat. There was no other option. No gun, would die from the cold. What am I supposed to do? Flying home on the night of day 74, looked for Anki, and they were not around. So all we could do is bring the piggy to the base. So it wasn't a complete failure that trip, but I felt like I failed on two departments, no Anki and no Yudi. For a moment during this day, I was just stumped on what to do. There were no high-level carnivores, as I could see on the entire island, and my attempts at a Yudi just kept failing. I thought maybe Therazinos for bossing, so I tried that for a little bit, but I gave up shortly after because I knew I just couldn't let this stand. All right, okay? Your boy was gonna get a Yudi. 75, prep day. Got my shit together, cryoed Irwin to take with just in case something would go south, and so we went, traveling through the night to be able to get there and start the last Yudi hunt at dawn. In the morning, we got started. The trap idea was simple. Some gates, a large trap, lure a Yudi in, and once it's stuck, place the last gate. But, of course, nothing can actually go well for ya boy, right? First, everything in the area wanted to fight me, for some reason, and then the game just spat in my face as my trap in the middle was just gone. It was just gone. I placed it, and it was just disappeared. I don't know if this was a glitch, but I took this personally, okay? I was friggin' furious at this, okay? I immediately went back to the base, made 4 large traps, and went back. It's just as if the universe wanted to stall me enough so I couldn't beat a boss at the end of this, okay? Day 77. Now being enraged, you know what? I decided I'd get the same Yudi that I failed at earlier, where the long neck broke. It's a level 68, but that'll do. I didn't need him to fight the boss, I just needed him to boost the others in the back of the arena. So, I placed the traps all in one spot, thinking that, you know, he'd come over, he'd get stuck in one, and once freed, the next trap would snatch him. Apparently that's not how this works, okay? Since he got out of them faster than you can say, your boy is screwed. We safe spotted him though, slowly chipping away at his torpor, and what happened just shattered my heart.
Fuck you. Pisses me off so much. Oh, I'm so mad.
I'm not joking when I said that I was heartbroken. I was just a broken boy. But I noticed something. He, strangely enough, wasn't losing health. So I paused the game and Googled it. And apparently, if a dino faints and, you know, like, drops into the water, but was originally standing on solid ground as he got KO'd, it doesn't drown, because technically the game still thinks that he's on solid ground. Hot diggity dog! All my luck that I would have had in this entire playthrough accumulated into this one single moment. So we got to taming it through the night again. This is a recurring pattern, I know. And on that glorious, glorious day 78, we were victorious. The tame succeeded. Finally. Cleric was part of the team now. Most definitely my favorite tame so far. Man, I just felt like I could conquer the world at this point. My joy was immeasurable and my day was made. We flew straight home to safety. I grabbed an Anki on the road, but I guess you know, I couldn't have, you know, everything I wanted. I couldn't succeed at 2 things. That would be too good, right? Since you know, what happened was I needed to park for stamina because I was about to crash down, and there were carnivores all over the place. So I was put into a position of either dying to a Yudi and its pack, or let the Anki die as a distraction so I could regain a sliver of stamina to, you know, escape. So, yeah, Anki go bye-bye. Once at home base, I set Mikasa and Billy to breed since they were the highest levels. Maybe the babies would be high levels as well. Turns out, it was not all that impressive. No idea why, but the next morning I went out hunting with Billy. Seems kind of like a not-so-important thing to do right now as I'm making this, but okay, that's what I did. Pearls were needed for Cleric Saddle, so another trip was due, but first, I tested imprinting for the first time. Turns out it doesn't raise the level, so I was kind of disappointed, but hey, you know, you live and learn. You people in the comments will probably know way better what imprinting actually does. On this day, we also grabbed an Oviraptor, since maybe, if it makes the Rexes make babies faster, we could enter the boss arena with many low-level Rexes and still beat the boss. That at least was my logic behind getting one of these, okay? I hope it wasn't a complete waste of time, but I just got it because it could. Later, headed out again to the north so that at dawn, I could gather some pearls in the water and get a friggin' Anki. Day 80, the big 8-0. We're getting closer and closer to the end, and I still wasn't all that much closer to being boss ready, except for Cleric and the Piggy. This day was a successful one though. Got the pearls we needed and more. Dragged an Anki up a mountain and tamed it there since that was about as safe as it would get, okay? But yeah, finally. An Anki that we've been wanting for a while now. We've been wanting this for a good minute. Cryopotted it, of course, and scurried on home since it was too cold to stay there for too long. I guess something was wrong with my armor, but it was just insanely cold. On the way at the volcano, we grabbed some obsidian because, oh golly, we were gonna need a lot of those. A saddle was made for Cleric, and we could test them out for the first time. I gotta tell you, it feels really good running around with this absolute unit. It feels ferocious, my dudes, let me tell you. Mr. Anki also, of course, got a saddle, so metal production was gonna go through the roof, baby. As we needed to waste some time while all that metal was smelting that we just got, we checked out the beaver spots to see if we could tame one and only found a single low-level beaver. It just wasn't worth it to tame it. So we stole his shit and went home. 82 was kind of a waste, I guess. Sure, we made a full set of ghillie armor, which is nice, because, you know, that would help in the fire cave. But we mainly wasted time looking for a good baryonyx, and I don't think I need to elaborate the problem that has, you know, pursued us all of this time. Plus, the fog really didn't help.
What the heck? What the heck? Oh. Okay, that crocodile probably tried to jump at me. Woo!
The next day, after giving up on a baryonyx, I set out to level Killjoy in the forest, since most likely I'd have to use her to clear the dungeons. However, on the way there, I turned back, because I remembered that I saw a high-level bear earlier, and we all know bears are absolute units. So, more time was wasted that day by having to run back unnecessarily, but we did manage to set up the trap before dark. And holy moly, was it dark. I mean, just look at this. This is ridiculous. In the morning, we tested out the trap against the bear. Turns out I need a large bear trap, so I swiftly swapped that out and managed to trap it after a couple of tries. This kind of a cage trap or the tower have been by far the most successful taming method. Love this. For the remainder of the day while the bear's hunger was dropping, Killjoy and I harvested some prime meat since she was really good at that, and I really wanted to make sure to get as many extra levels onto the dire bear as possible since she took quite a lot of damage from the amount of trank darts it took to KO her. So we're just, you know, strolling around, killing everything, harvesting meat, and that was the end of day 84. And the next morning, we gave her food and tamed her up super fast thanks to the prime meat. I named the dire bear Cinnamon since, well, that was the name of my first teddy bear as a child. Okay, don't laugh, don't laugh. However, both Cinnamon and Killjoy were very similar in level at this point, so I took both of them to train them up in the forest to see who'd get the most XP. And seeing as I grabbed an explorer's note with Cinnamon, it became clear that I'd use her to clear the 3 caves. On this day, we also got an Ascended Saber saddle, which kind of tempted me to tame one later. It's the first Ascended saddle I've ever gotten, so that was on my mind as well. I also found it very funny how fast Cinnamon was, okay? I didn't expect this chonky bear would run this friggin' fast, but it was super fun. These Rexes all kind of seemed useless at this point because they weren't really gonna help out much, you know? So, what do you do with them? You just make them eat each other and their spawns to see how much XP the strongest would get, you know, survival of the fittest. And I ended up with very few Rexes. Wasn't too bummed out about it, but it felt like forcing some of the stronger ones to be Anakin or something of the sort. It gave some XP to the stronger ones, but nothing crazy, nothing game-changing. That's it for the day. The hatching process and all that took up a lot of time, not gonna lie. So, day 87. Getting awfully close to that day 100, and out of desperation, I just might have Googled what are the best dinos to beat the spider boss, since I wasn't really getting any high-level carnivores, and I was getting, as I had said, desperate. And turns out the big boy sloths are amazing since they get the bug killer bonus. And remember I saw many high levels back in the north, the place that I oh so adore. So, since we learned this new trap method, I prepared enough to make one trap and take it with me on Kriara. And I just gotta say, I just love the weight reduction so much, okay? Absolutely the most useful tame we have. By far, by leaps and bounds. So, with all of that put in, and all of our tranks and stuff prepped up, we left once more and arrived in the snow biome at night. As dawn came, oh baby, we found it. A level 100 female sloth right out the bat. I didn't wait a single second, okay? That trap was up in a blink of an eye and the KO process went so well, okay? Smooth as butter. The long-awaited luck was finally blessing us and I could feel it through my veins. As its hunger was dropping, we prepared the next trap and placed it in Kriar's invo. The hunger dropped slowly, and again, we'd have to protect our tame throughout the night. But it was so freakishly cold that we just had to make a fire and a torch, and just like that, we were able to stand next to our tame throughout the entire night. On the next day, we needed some meat to tame up the sloth since Kriara had eaten most of it. So we hunted for a while, and I'm glad to say we tamed it up without a single problem. And I lovingly named her Tessa, after my lovely, lovely Sharpei. And so, with her cryopotted, we set out to find a high-level male. And after a bit of searching, I came across a level 88 male. That was about as good as it gets compared to the rest that I saw. Most of them were low levels as well, so I was just going to take this and go. I didn't have any time to waste. We attempted the same strategy amongst the trees with the same cage, yet there was so much going on. The plan was just falling apart immediately. So he was running, we hunted him down as he was running. He might have ran through Carno and Yuri infested lands, so he could have easily died on the way, yet we KO'd him, again, in a very risky place, probably not that good of an idea. So we had to remove all threats by luring them down this cliff or dragging them down there ourselves. That was the only way. The sun was setting once more, we had no protection, and a blizzard was coming in. It took multiple fires to stay warm next to this boy, and it was a stressful night, okay? Wind is howling, wolves are howling, dinos are screaming, and you can't see a darn thing. Early morning on day 90, luck was still with us. He tamed up, and I named him Nacho, just like my late golden retriever. We cryopoded him as well, and we got the frick out of there, you dig, okay? I never want to see this place again, ever. Once arrived at home base, we got some more iron for the 2 saddles needed, and I tried to kill some Rixies with Nacho to see if he'd get some extra levels to, you know, kind of get to where Tessa was at. But again, nothing too special. But after learning how gestation worked, we were on our way to making a sloth army, my dudes, okay? But I'd be lying if I said that I wasn't worried about facing the boss, since they weren't that high level, I guess you could say. Once you see people on other videos that have like level 200 plus sloths and stuff like that, so I was kind of doubting if the army we were making would cut it. And there she be, our first baby sloth, which I named Mocha. And just as reference, that's the name that we gave one of the puppies we kept in real life that came from, you guessed it, Tessa and Nacho. So I had a bond with these dinos. I really like playing with those names. While always being sure to do imprinting, I prepped gear for the first trip to the cave. So I made sure to have my best gear, shotgun, food, water, ammo, and grappling hooks just in case. We flew off on Kriara with Cinnamon cryopoded, and once arrived, I swapped them out because I didn't want Kriara to be left alone outside. You know, couldn't protect her, and I didn't want to lose my wheels, you know. And so, we entered my first ever cave. I was so nervous. I was a scaredy boy, okay? All I knew till now was that these tend to be a bug-infested nightmare. But after feeling things out a little bit and killing a few bugs, I kind of started to enjoy the experience. Speaking of which, Cinnamon was leveling like crazy. Okay, just experiences were through the roof. We cleared out every single area of this cave in record time, snagged the artifact, and we were out in no time. It was easy squeezy lemon peasy, you know, I was so happy. But, you know, that got me thinking on our way back. Cinnamon leveled up quite dramatically. I knew we'd have something going on, taking Tessa to one cave and Nacho to the other. The next day, next cave, with Tessa this time though. Same procedure to get there, and honestly, the cave was so much fun. I would have done this much earlier knowing it would be this easy, okay? I mean, this was just crazy easy though because, well, you already know that the sloths get these bug killer boosts. We cleared out pretty much the entirety of the cave, I think. I don't really know how much there is to explore, but I think I got a quite, you know, large sweep of the area, and we grabbed the artifact with no problems, no sir. We even made it home in the same day, prepped Nacho, and, you know, prepared our gear, which was ghillie armor in this sense, because we were going to the fire cave. Once there, we made some foundations, because I read that in this cave it really helps to have those to get dinos across some lava pits. And I gotta say, I love the design of the cave. It looks really, really cool. It like this is the general idea of when a person thinks, oh, right, volcano cave. Like it's just really fun. It's a good time. Sure, it's a little bit rough, but it's a good time. It took a little bit longer though, because this one was a tad more difficult with the whole lava thing going on. And well, you know, there's a lot of pathways in this one, it seems. At least it seemed to have more pathways than the others. But seeing as this one was a little bit more extensive, this took us all the way into day 93. After a lot of fighting and exploring, the last artifact was in our possession. We got the frig out of there, flew on home, and now with our main sloths at higher levels, it was only a matter of time till the army would be ready. So, the next few days, while these multiply, we had some time to kill. Yeah, everybody paying attention? Yes? Okay, because I'm about to unveil my worst plan yet. Okay? Let this be known that when you see this, you should realize that you should always Google everything before you do it. Okay? Because, you know, what your boy... do you have any idea what your boy just did? Okay, I came up with this amazing idea on day 94. for the boss. The idea was taming a Parasaur. Or a Parasaur. Either way, the plan was to add a platform saddle on it with a turret on it. Okay, let that sink in. Those of you who know what the problem with that is, you know. You're fine, you know. Those who don't get it, you know, just wait. Okay, you'll become as enlightened as I am now in due time. So, yeah, that was what I did on day 94. Taming one of these boys, yes sir. But oh, in my mind, I felt like I just unlocked the path to unlimited power. Okay, I was just like, bro, why is nobody doing this? This is genius. Like, I'm a friggin' mastermind. So with that motivation, I pressed on into day 95, and we got her and named her Mary, just like I wanted to name that Spino in the beginning of the video. Still wasn't over that. Once home, the sloth production was going smoothly, sir. Yes, sir. As you could say, the sloth stocks were rising. On the flip side, we had Cleric devouring multiple hatchlings in front of their parents' eyes to level up his stamina. Nothing wrong with that in no way, shape, or form. And well, considering that I wanted to basically turn my Parasaur into a assault famba, we'd need cementing paste, so we set out for that. And close to the end of the 100 days, we almost met our end to what could only be the purest form of a true nightmare. Okay, once you go through an experience like that, you see all those yellow eyes in the dark, and they're trying to get you. You know, you just kind of give up at that point. Okay, after that, I just went home crying, shivering, and just wanted my mama. On day 96, I was sweating, man. I was sweating to make me some bullets. Okay, getting cementing paste, metal, gunpowder, and pearls because I wanted to make some other things. And that was just intense in itself, okay? I was running around like I had Red Bull in my 15 coffees this morning. Once home with a truckload of materials, I made a full riot set because I could. Never done that before. I did have some flak gear that by now was better than that, but I was very happy to make, you know, such a late game item. Didn't think I would get to this point. The day after that one was just put into making bullets, my guy. Okay, I was just pumping these out like a madman. Not much else to say, except that on this day my game crashed. That got me kind of worried that maybe something might have gone wrong or the save file would be corrupted. Luckily, I did manage to get back into the game, but a lot of time was, as I said, spent into making bullets, and aside from that, really just like checking if I didn't lose any progress and stuff like that. So close to the grand finale. We searched for more cementing paste and got rid of some unnecessary carnivores in the area like Rexes and Alphas. And that is mostly what we did that day. A little bit of a warm-up, you see, before we'd face off against the giant brood mother. So the few extra levels, you know, they were very welcome. Plus we needed meat, because damn, we had a lot of dinos at this point, considering all the sloths that also, weirdly enough, eat meat. It's all there. Oh, now there's like a better turret. Oh, 4 bullets of firing. Oh, yeah, okay. Would be cool to make, but there's no way I can fund this. Okay, there's no way I can fund this. As for day 99, Cleric was still devouring hatchlings like a total monster, which was a good thing since we needed his stamina quite high for the auto courage roars. And besides that, my hands were really full tending to the growing sloth army, okay? Imprinting, feeding, checking everything. You know, and the army was looking kind of baller, man, not gonna lie. You see these thugs pull up and you better run for your money, okay? I gave most of them some saddles for the armor boost, but I just didn't have enough resources at this point for all of them. It's just the way it is. Day 100, everybody, man. Okay. Surviving this day means we did it. So, I just made a decision here, okay? I wasn't sure if I'd be able to beat the boss or not, because I'd never done this before. And basically, the decision was to face off against the Broodmother on day 101. But not only was this decision made because me not being sure if I'd actually be able to beat her, It's just that I still wasn't ready, okay? I was slacking a little bit behind. I still needed to distribute a lot of food, repair all my armor and get metal for that, and a ton of other things that I could have done in this one single day, but for that I needed to be way more efficient than what I actually am.
Sup? Long time no see, bro. How you doing? Welcome back. You made it, bro. You made it. You made it just in time for us to go die.
So that was the big day of day 100. Final preps, getting everything together, and the team is looking great. Welcome, welcome, one and all, to the grand finale. The moment you've all been waiting for is upon us. Just look at this absolutely gorgeous team of the island's finest fighters to combat the Queen of Spiders, the Legged Terror, the Broodmother. We had all of these sloths, our two strongest Rexes, Killjoy, Hog, Cinnamon, Cleric, Mary, even Hans was here. The march to the obelisk was a tedious one though, not gonna lie. It was way more frustrating than it needed to be, okay? Like, dinos kept falling into the water, and, you know, even having the obelisk so close to base, this took me an entire day just to place all of the dinos in the circle. But we did finally make it. Last checkups on everyone's level, food, and settings. And with all of that done, it was time to enter my first ever boss fight. It was finally happening. My bucket list was going to be complete.
Here we go. Oh, Mikasa might not come with. Okay, I got... No. Where's Mary? I don't know why Mary isn't here. She should have been in here. But here goes nothing.
Everybody say it with me now. Let the show begin.
We did it. Oh, we did it. Oh, that is just a... Oh, man. That was so different than how I thought it would go. I mean, I had no idea how it would go. But the matter of the fact is that, well... Okay, I guess I can't harvest this or anything, but... We lost a couple of them. We lost a very few. But we did it. The majority of the gang survived. Most importantly, ourselves. So... Oh, we did it. For a second, I thought we'd have more people going down. Sup, Mary? Where have you been? Huh? Where have you been? That turret would have come in handy.
We did it. It was over. The Broodmother was no more. We lost Hans, Killjoy, and a sloth named Captain Planet, which was the only green sloth. But either way, everything considered, It was far better than I hoped it could be. And so, proudly, we marched back home, victorious, with the Brood Mother's flag now on our fort to show our dominance over this land. We celebrated, yet also grieved, as we placed graves for our fallen comrades. And, well, what can I say? Feels amazing to have completed this task and having it all recorded to show you all. I had a lot of fun recording and editing this video. It's been by far the biggest project I've ever done. And I truly hope you had a good time watching this, just as much as I had making it. So with all that being said, I hope you'll tag along on our next big adventure. So be sure to be subscribed if you don't want to miss it. Thank you, one and all. I am your show host, Chromida, and I'll be seeing you next time. Bye-bye.